Jillian, long time no see, huh? Kind of sudden, I know, but guess what? I stole your husband. Like, literally. You're probably getting divorce papers today, so yeah, brace yourself, girl. Wait, what? Nina? Bingo! It's me, Nina! Wow, it's been, what, 2 years since college graduation, right? How have you been? Still hanging in there? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've been fine, but hold on a second. What are you even talking about? My husband? Yeah, Sam. Your husband, Sam. He's mine now, babe. He told me himself. He's divorcing you and marrying me. Oops. Sorry, not sorry. What? Nina, are you serious? This has to be some kind of joke. Aw, poor thing. I get it. I do. Who wants to believe their own husband got stolen by their old friend? Must be hard to accept, huh? But, sweetheart, this is your new reality. Let's be honest, you kind of let yourself go after popping out that kid, didn't you? Sam told me himself, you stopped being a woman ages ago. That's why he chose me over you. He says I'm cuter, more fun, more everything. So yeah, you're out. He's giving me the mansion, too. And the inheritance? Oh, yeah. All mine now. Sorry for stealing your life. Oopsies. Wait, just hold up. Can we slow down for a second? Because I have no idea what the hell is happening here. Could you, back up and explain this from the start? Huh? You still don't get it? Okay, fine. I'll walk you through it since you're clearly in denial. So, it all started at this party a friend dragged me to. And who do I bump into? Your oh so precious Sam. He comes up to me all smooth and says, hey, you went to the same university as my wife. And I'm like, who? Turns out it's you. Imagine my surprise. You got married and even had a kid and nobody told me. Wow, right? Yeah, okay, I follow. So then what? So then we hit it off, really hit it off. We both got a little tipsy, and next thing you know, we snuck off together. 2 hours alone, you can fill in the blanks. And girl, Sam started pouring his heart out, saying how miserable he is at home, saying you're no fun anymore, you spend all his money, ignore him, and don't make him feel like a man, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, poor guy, someone's got to rescue him from this nightmare wife. That someone, me. So yeah, we started dating, secretly of course. And let me tell you, the chemistry, off the charts, babe. Right. So you started seeing him behind my back, and? And, well, Sam still had you, his boring wife, at home, so we kept it hush-hush. No need to make things messy. But guess what? Sam finally hit his limit. He's done with you. He told me he's going to give you the divorce papers today and officially make me his new wife. No more hiding, no more sneaking around. We're going public, baby. And once you're out, I get everything. The house, the lifestyle, the inheritance. You can take your bat and get lost. The house? What do you mean, get out of the house? Seriously, you don't know? The 2,000 square foot mansion you're living in right now? Yeah, that one. It's Sam's parents' property. I've seen pictures. Gorgeous place. Way too nice for someone like you. So I'll be moving in. Living the rich housewife life while you go back to whatever dump you came from. Sounds fair, right? Wait, inheritance? What inheritance are you even talking about? Wow, you really don't know anything, do you? Sam's parents' inheritance? Duh, they're still alive, but they're old, not much time left. When they're gone, Sam's getting $300 million. And guess who gets to spend it all? Yep, me. Every last penny. 300 million? That's... I can't even process that number. So let me get this straight, Nina. You're telling me you've been screwing my husband behind my back, and now you're saying he's divorcing me, kicking me and my kid out of the house, and you're taking over everything, including his parents' inheritance. That's what you're saying? Exactly. Girl, you can't even keep your man satisfied. Why would he keep wasting his life with a has-been like you? But hey, I'm generous. Sam and I will give you a nice fat lump sum for alimony and child support. Take it and get lost, yeah? You'll probably end up some sad little broke single mom, but hey, that's life. At least you'll have the money we toss your way to scrape by for a while. Good luck, sweetie. You're gonna need it. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say for now. But first, will you just listen to me for a minute? Just hear me out. What now? Gonna throw some bitter excuses my way? Honestly, at this point, nothing you say will hurt or bother me anymore, so go ahead. I'm listening. All right, then here's the real story from the very start. I am still single. Completely single. What? I've never been married in my entire life. Never changed my last name. My family registry is clean as a whistle. I had a boyfriend once, but we broke up a while ago. That's it. I'm totally unmarried. What are you talking about? You can't be serious. No, it's not a lie. I've never married. I don't have kids. And that Sam guy, I don't even know who he is. He's not my ex. I don't know him at all. Wait, what? What does that mean? That's exactly what I'm trying to figure out. Because honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. I live alone in a small apartment near the station, not some mansion you're claiming. I don't have a husband or in-laws. My family's still back home and doing just fine. I'm just baffled. No way. You're joking, right? Single. You? Then who the hell is Sam? Seriously, I don't know who that is. No way, that can't be true. Because I promised to marry Sam. He said we needed money for the divorce. I even handed him $10 million. Wait, 10 million what? $10 million. It was supposed to cover alimony and child support. Because cheating is cheating and he wanted to settle it properly. But Sam said his wife spends all their savings and can't come up with the money. If he can't pay, he can't divorce and he can't marry me. So I borrowed money everywhere I could, paid it for him. He promised he'd pay me back with the inheritance he'd get when his parents die. He even showed me pictures of the house. I was going to live there with Sam. Don't lie and say you're single. Look, this is hard to say, but you might have been scammed. What? That Sam probably tricked you out of your money, pretended to be your fiancé, lied about marrying you. No way, Sam would never do that to me. Don't say awful things like that. Well then, do you even know who this Sam really is? How old he is, where he works, or the address of that fancy house in the pictures? I don't know. He never told me any of that. Then try calling or messaging him right now. I did. He won't pick up. And get this, he blocked my number. His phone's off. His number's no longer in use. How could this happen? Looks like he ran off. After taking a ton of money from you, he must have vanished before anyone could find him. It's a classic marriage scam. The marriage, the mansion, the inheritance, all lies. What do I do? I gave him $10 million. I borrowed so much money to get it. If it's all a lie, how am I supposed to pay it back? Well, that's not my problem. You should report it to the police and let them investigate. There's no time for that. I borrowed from loan sharks, too, to raise that $10 million. If I don't pay by the deadline, they'll charge me crazy interest and do terrible things. Help me, please. We're friends, right? Look, honestly, I feel bad, but if you knowingly dated a married guy, that's on you. And then you accuse others? I'm done with this. I'm going to stay away from you from now on. We weren't really close since graduation anyway. Don't say things like that. Please, just lend me some money. Help me. You really need to blame your own foolishness. Good luck with that mess. After everything that had happened, the turmoil, the lies, the endless back and forth with Nina, I finally reached a point where I could begin to close the door on that painful chapter of my life. It was a long road to get here, full of frustration, confusion, and a lingering sense of betrayal. Yet now, looking back with some distance, I can see the whole picture more clearly and reflect on the lessons that situation forced on me, even though I never wanted to learn them. When Nina first started pestering me for money, I tried to be patient. I reminded myself that maybe she was genuinely desperate, maybe she needed a lifeline. But the requests didn't stop. In fact, they only grew more frequent and more insistent. She messaged me dozens of times a day, each one filled with increasingly desperate pleas. I felt worn down, exhausted, trapped in a situation I couldn't control. Eventually, I realized that no amount of reasoning or compassion would change things, so I made the difficult but necessary decision to block her completely. I cut her off from my life without looking back. But the block wasn't enough. To truly protect myself, I went even further. I changed my phone number. I needed to make sure she couldn't find a way back in, couldn't wear me down or guilt me into compliance. That act of changing something as simple as my phone number kind of felt like a rebirth, a chance to start over without the weight of her constant demands pulling me under. It was an extreme measure, but one I know I had to take if I wanted to find peace again. The aftermath of that decision was both quiet and chaotic. Quiet because I no longer received those harrowing messages. Chaotic because the fallout spread in unexpected ways. Mutual friends told me bits and pieces about Nina's situation. Apparently she never reported the scam to the police, nor did she confide in her family about what had happened. That surprised me. In most cases, you'd expect someone who'd been deceived and defrauded to seek help, or at least warn others. But Nina kept her silence, hiding the truth under layers of shame. I could understand why. Even though the man she'd been involved with was a fraud, the fact that she had cheated on her husband with him added a heavy burden of guilt and humiliation. Losing money was one thing, betraying the trust of the people closest to her was another. It was easier for her to keep it all locked inside than to face the judgment or pity she feared would come from admitting the full truth. Instead of confronting reality, Nina spiraled deeper into desperation. She began begging our mutual friends for money, hoping someone would rescue her from the hole she was in. But no one was willing to hand over large sums without guarantees, and her pleas were mostly ignored. This rejection must have crushed her even more, forcing her to borrow from dangerous loan sharks to cover her mounting debts. When she missed the repayment deadlines, things took a dark turn. Rumors spread that some scary people, loan sharks or even worse, had gotten involved. The last anyone heard, she was taken away by those people, vanishing without a trace. The disappearance left a haunting silence, unanswered questions, and a painful reminder of how quickly a life can unravel. It's heartbreaking and infuriating to watch someone throw everything away. How could she fall for such a transparent scam? How could her life spiral so far out of control so quickly? I wanted to shout at her to stop, to ask for help, to realize she didn't have to face everything alone. But pride, shame, and fear can be powerful chains, trapping people in cycles of self-destruction. Sometimes the hardest step is admitting you need help, and the cost of not taking that step can be devastating. The man behind it all, the con artist who called himself Sam, was caught a month later, arrested on a different charge. His face appeared briefly in the morning news and newspapers, a stranger's face that carried so much damage. Seeing that photo was surreal. He was just some man I'd never met, yet his lies had created ripples that had touched many lives, including mine. That made me realize how fragile our worlds really are, how strangers' actions can reach into our lives and shake everything up. What still baffles me is how I got caught in this mess at all. I was never involved with Sam, never lent money, and yet Nina's problems became mine to deal with. The tangled web of lies and desperation pulled me in, forcing me to question trust, loyalty, and the boundaries between people. It was a harsh, unwelcome lesson in how easily chaos can spread when deception takes root. Now, after all the pain and exhaustion, I'm determined to move on. I won't let this nightmare define me or poison my future. This experience taught me valuable lessons about self-protection, about recognizing toxic patterns and knowing when to cut ties. I've learned the importance of setting firm boundaries and listening to my own needs first. No more sacrificing my peace for the sake of others' crises, especially when they refuse to take responsibility. At the same time, despite everything, I find myself hoping that Nina somehow finds her way back. Everyone deserves a chance to recover, to learn from their mistakes and rebuild. Maybe someday she'll realize what she lost, understand the damage she caused, and come back stronger. The thought that she might be out there, lost and alone, is painful. It reminds me that people are complex, capable of mistakes, but also capable of redemption. Reflecting on this whole ordeal, I see it now as a stark reminder of how fragile human relationships really are. Trust is precious, but fragile, easy to break and so difficult to rebuild. This experience taught me not only caution, but compassion. People who make mistakes are often silently crying out for help, even if they don't know how to ask for it or are too afraid to admit it. I'm free now, free from the endless drama, the lies, the emotional roller coaster. I carry scars from those days, but they serve as reminders to stay vigilant, to protect myself without losing my capacity to care. No more second chances for people who don't deserve them. No more getting sucked into chaos that isn't mine. This is my boundary, my peace. This painful, messy, heartbreaking ending is also a beginning, a chance to start fresh, to rebuild, and to prioritize my well-being above all else. Because after all that has happened, peace is the one thing I am determined to never lose again. Even now, when I think back to those long nights of worry and endless messages, I remind myself how important it is to keep that boundary strong. It's easy to fall back into old patterns, being too kind, too trusting, too willing to help. But sometimes kindness has to be measured. Sometimes protecting yourself means saying no, walking away, and refusing to carry burdens that aren't yours to bear. I've learned that life isn't about saving everyone or fixing every problem that comes your way. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do, for yourself and for others, is to step back and let people face consequences of their actions. Only then can the real change begin. In the end, this experience wasn't just about a scam or a broken friendship. It was a hard lesson in resilience, boundaries, and self-respect. It showed me what I'm willing to endure and where I draw the line. And it reminded me that no matter how painful the past, the future always holds a chance to heal and grow. So here I am, standing at the edge of that past, ready to step forward into whatever comes next, stronger, wiser, and finally at peace. As I write this, the weight of those months lingers like a shadow, a quiet reminder that the scars left behind aren't just physical or financial, they're emotional and psychological too. It's strange how something as intangible as trust can be so easily shattered, yet so difficult to rebuild. Trust is like fragile glass. Once cracked, it never quite looks the same, no matter how carefully you piece it back together. This experience has taught me that trust isn't just given freely. It has to be earned and protected fiercely. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Seems like life must be so wonderful for you since you get to eat all of that delicious-looking food every day. Why did my son have to end up with such a useless wife? Well, I've had enough. Go ahead and continue doing whatever you want around him.
Hold on 1 minute, Barbara. What are you going on about right now? Did something happen to set you off?
Oh, don't try and play dumb with me. I have known about this all along. About the real person that you are.
The real person that I am? I'd really like to know what's going on here.
I've been quiet about this for a long time now. I just wanted to let my son stay happy and not cause any problems for him. But now I've had enough and will not forgive you for the way you've acted. I know that as long as you're with him, I will never be able to see the son that I once knew.
Huh? Are you talking about that? But I had assumed you already knew that we both couldn't have any kids.
And that's because you are defective.
Excuse me?
You're infertile, making it that you can't have any babies. And since you can't do anything properly, go ahead and just take my son away from me. I have had enough of you. I feel bad having to let him go with you, but I have no other choice.
What did you hear from Nicholas that's made you start acting this way? From what I remember, the one that is infertile happens to be your son. Did he not tell you that he was the one that can't make any babies?
Stop talking about things that could never be true, okay? I made sure that he was raised to never have any defects like you. He was able to eat good and healthy foods and exercised all the time. So you really think you can just push the issue of being infertile onto him?
It's not that simple, though. I've gone and had myself examined as well to see if there was anything wrong with me. And the doctor told me that I'm perfectly fine. So that only leaves Nicholas as the one that could have something up with himself.
Stop lying to me. Never blame my son for the problems you have. Especially when he's the one that's always been there to care for you.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this conversation is getting anywhere. What do you even mean by Nicholas being the one that's always there for me?
You rely on him for everything, right? Everything! He makes you all that delicious food, and he is there to always get all the chores done. He's even given you both a wonderful place to live. And the cherry on top is him allowing you to marry him even though you're defective.
There's just one thing I have to say. The one that's making all the food here and cleaning the place is me. And if anything, I have never seen your son even try to help around the house. What made you think that he was the one that ran this house like you've come to believe?
What was that? Candace, what makes you think it's a good thing to lie to your mother-in-law?
Seriously? What about anything I just said is a lie?
I told you what I have known about this the whole time. You may have been trying your best to hide it all from me, but I know everything. You don't even work a job of your own, instead going out to play all the time. And my poor baby has to be the one to do everything to care for you.
Really? And who has been the one telling you that?
The only person that would know. My son. But my son is a wonderful little man. He's always telling me there's nothing he can do about it, and that he just has to keep acting like the adult. It's so heartbreaking to have to see him fall into your trap.
Understood. So it's been Nicholas telling you all of this. And then you chose to just believe everything he told you about us?
What are you trying to say? Are you so surprised now to see that everything you tried so hard to hide has been uncovered? Well, I get it. That would leave me pretty speechless as well. I mean, you had tried so hard to have him keep his mouth shut and everything, right?
So this all happened to come out of Nicholas's mouth then? Well, now I understand the whole picture. But tell me, do you not have a single doubt about anything he's told you? Do you really think I'm the kind of woman that lives such a disgusting lifestyle next to him?
Oh, so even you can see how horrible you are. This is all natural, right? I've never once heard my son tell any lies, so I'd never even think for 1 second that he might be lying to me.
Is that so? Well, that's a true surprise.
I'm the one that's really surprised by all of this. I want the witch that can't even give birth to a single child to leave him right now.
Is that what you want? Well, I understand. I'll let your son know about this. Where are you messing around at right now? It's a bit late out now for there to be any business still open looking to hire anyone. Can you tell me where you've run off to looking for an interview at this time?
I was just thinking about contacting you. I had just finished a difficult interview and I'm now pretty exhausted. And so I've gone out to see one of my old friends. So I'm just having a couple drinks with them.
Is that so? You sure you're not at some casino or anything right now?
Huh? What are you talking about? I've never been to any casinos in my life, right?
But I could have sworn that a little while back I found a coupon from one of the casinos downtown in your suit pocket. Was that not a coupon for a free spin on a slot machine?
Are you serious? What are you talking about? I don't remember anything about getting some coupon like that. By the way, are you telling me you've been looking through the pockets of my clothing? That's a little bit strange if you ask me.
Don't try to derail the conversation, okay? You came home and threw your suit on the ground before passing out. And so I made sure to put it away properly so that it wouldn't become wrinkled up. What is with that attitude you have? I assumed you'd be thankful for me having done that for you.
I get it already. You're so dang annoying. So what about that? I'm drinking right now, so I don't have time to listen to you bicker.
I got a text from your mom. I just wanted to know what all you've been telling her about us.
Huh? A text from my mom? What did she say to you?
What do you think she would have said to me? I'm the one asking the questions here, after all.
I have no idea what she would have said, and that's why I'm asking. Stop wasting my time and tell me.
Then you'd better be honest with me about everything. You told her that I'm the one that's infertile, right?
Oh, come on. You want to talk about this? You know that that's the truth, right? You're never able to get pregnant, so we've had to give up on having kids. So I made sure to let my mom know about all of that.
Listen, I think I've told you this plenty of times now. I am not the one that's infertile. Rather, you are the one. You haven't even had yourself examined yet, right?
I've never heard a thing about men ever being the ones to be infertile. And either way, I could care less about actually having any kids or not. So is this all that big of a deal to you? What? Why are you so upset right now?
Connor, why do you think I'd be upset right now when I'm the only one that's looked into not being able to get pregnant?
What does it matter? It's not like I told your mom about this. I just wanted to make myself look good in front of my mom by telling her that. If anything, you should be thankful for me going out of my way to tell my mom the sad news.
This isn't about telling your mom or not. She came to me complaining about all my defects because of what you told her, and then ended our conversation by asking me to divorce you.
I should have known. Well, don't worry about that. You don't have to listen to what my mom says to you. I'm sure she's just upset because her cute little boy was taken away from her. And learning that she won't have any grandkids now must have really rubbed her the wrong way, right?
You told her more than just that, though. Because of you telling her that you're the one that cooks and cleans the house, she started to picture me as a total loser. Why did you have to say things like that to her?
This is becoming such a bother. I told my mom to keep to herself about all of this, and she told everything to you anyway.
What do you mean by that?
About how I've been the one doing all the chores in the house, and I'm the one that brings in the money for us. If I didn't tell her that, she'd be all up in my business about us. I told you that I have to make myself look good for her, right? So I just used all my time talking with her to make you seem a little less wife-like is all.
Huh? You think it's okay to make up things about me just to make yourself look better?
I told you already that I'm not telling your mom about any of this, so you shouldn't get all worked up. You're still a wonderful woman to her, and that's all that matters.
But because of what you've done, your mom hates me. That's not okay, Nicholas. Now she's going to keep hammering me with complaints until I've left you. And the funny thing is, if I were to leave you, she'd be left with the real loser.
I get it. I'll tell my mom to stop talking with you about any of that from now on.
That's not the problem here, though. Since you've told her all that, when you get home tonight, you're going to be the one to finish up the chores. If you're going to be the real loser, I'd like you to at least find a job, and then you can continue messing around.
I'll make sure to hand in these divorce papers that were left on the desk. Thanks for getting this all taken care of for me.
Oh, so you've taken that with you then? By the way, didn't I tell you this before? It is not at all acceptable to go into someone else's home by yourself and go through their fridge and fish through their things while they're not even home.
Huh? Why are you saying things like that to your own mother-in-law? I was just over to make sure everything was going okay between you two. But of course, the real reason was to make sure that my son wasn't in any other trouble with his disgusting wife.
Making sure he was okay, huh? What if it's the opposite and you haven't been watching over him enough? I think you'd be better off looking even closer at what your son's been up to.
It doesn't matter what you have to say about us anymore. Because I'm about to hand in these papers and have you divorced from my son.
So that's okay with you? Well, just be aware that you'll no longer be getting $3,000 a month from me anymore. I'm sure you already know about that though, right?
Huh? It's my son that's been the one sending me $3,000 every month. Funny to think that you're trying to get away with telling me a weak lie like that.
Oh, so that's also a part of what he's led you to believe.
I know that he's the one making money in your house. I'm just glad that after this, he'll finally be away from the defective and fraudulent woman that is you.
All right, then. Well, I'm going to stop caring for you now.
You don't have to lie to me anymore, Candace.
Just know that you'll soon find out who's been the real one lying to you this whole time.
Hey, Candace, where are you right now? Hurry up and come back here as soon as you can.
Who is this?
Why are you playing dumb with me? This is your mother-in-law, Barbara, asking you to come back.
I don't have a mother-in-law, though. I had gotten a divorce from my ex-husband and no longer have any connection to him.
Come on, you don't have to talk about things like that anymore, right? Just know that I've thought a lot of things through after you left. I see now that what you had been telling me was the truth all along. And now that I understand that, I'm fine with you coming back to us.
Huh? What are you talking about right now? I assumed that everything to do with the two of you wouldn't matter anymore, so I forgot all about it. It would help me if you could explain to me everything that you're going on about right now.
I'm talking about the $3,000 you said you were giving to me each month. And this month it'd be really helpful to have that $3,000. So come back to us and give me that money right away.
Ah, you're talking about that. Of course I have to say no. What? Come on now. You can't be saying what to me that way, right? Why do you think I have to come back to you and give you more money after calling me a loser and a disgusting wife? Wait, Candace, what's gotten into you? You seem to have changed into a completely different woman.
I've always been this kind of a woman, but kept it hidden from you. So, have you finally come around to realizing that it's your own son that's the disgusting loser?
I don't want to have to call him something like that, but you're right. I never thought that he'd be the one to be the real loser. When I found out that after the divorce he still hadn't found a job yet, I felt like I'd just been stabbed.
Well, like mother, like son, right? Back then I had been pretty busy myself with work and chores, but you coming to me to complain about everything that wasn't true finally helped me open my eyes to what was going on. I am so thankful that you helped me break free from that horrible man you call your son.
Oh, don't say something like that! Both my son and I really think of you as part of our family. And listen, there's still the house that you and Nicholas lived in, so come on back to it.
Ah, about the house and the car as well. Both of those are things that I own, and so I'm going to be selling them. So please get out of there as soon as you can.
Huh?
You can't be serious, Barbara. You really think you could get away with thinking Nicholas was really the man he made you think he was? I'm sorry, but you were fooled by him, and now you're going to have to pay for playing into his lies.
Wait a second. If you do something like that, where is he going to live?
I don't care. I couldn't care less about what happens to him after the house has been sold. And before you continue to worry about him, shouldn't you be worried about what'll happen to you? You won't have any more money coming from me, and I'm sure that your loser son won't be handing anything over to you. You won't be able to pay for the house you live in anymore, right?
I know that, so please, I'll get on my hands and knees to apologize for all of this as long as you just come back to us. That boy can't even cook or clean, so I'm really going to be screwed with him. So please come back and save me.
I am neither your housemaid nor your guys' ATM. If you're so worried about money, why don't you just shut up and find a job? It's that simple, Barbara. You believed your terrible son and everything he lied to you about to put me down and make me feel useless. So no apology from you, no matter how hard you try, is going to do anything to make me feel sorry for you two. After that, I completely stopped responding to anything Barbara tried to say to me. I didn't care if she called, texted, or sent long-winded apologies. I was done. I went ahead and blocked her number entirely, just to make sure I'd never have to see another pathetic excuse or manipulative message from her again. And just like that, the constant annoyance that had been hanging over my life disappeared. It was like clearing a storm out of the sky. As for Barbara, things quickly took a turn for the worse. She was forced to move out of her beautiful, expensive home, and when Nicholas lost both the house and the car to new buyers, they were left stranded with almost nothing. The two of them, so arrogant, so self-assured, now had to walk a much harder road together. Since they share the same toxic traits, maybe living through their own personal version of hell will finally teach them something. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.